Along the Oregon coast, where beauty is abundant, where recreation is found the year around, where views of sea and sand and forested promontories greet the visitor. 400 miles of U.S. Coastal Highway 101. Croft lilies bloom at Brookings near the southern coastal border, and other flowers are in bloom during every month of the year. A tour along Oregon's coastal highway from south to north brings the visitor close to the blue Pacific and scenes such as this near Brookings and Harris Beach State Park, one of more than 35 state parks along the Beaver State's shoreline. Sandy shores interspersed with sea stacks present playgrounds and picture murals remembered by young and old alike. The internationally famous Rogue River is a rendezvous for fishermen who enjoy trolling leisurely at the river's mouth. There's a beautiful trip up the Rogue River to Agnes by mailboat from Wedderburn and Gold Beach. Farthest western reach on the Pacific coast of the United States, accessible by auto road, is Cape Blanco, whose picturesque lighthouse blends pleasingly with the blue ocean shore. This and several other lighthouses keep visitors' cameras busy during Oregon coastal tours. Smooth, sandy beaches, rocky stacks, fragments of former shorelines, imposing headlands, wildflowers of varieties rare and exotic, all these and more are parts of the scene throughout the panoramic southern Oregon coastal empire. Bring your camera for sure, and lots of film. You'll want to take back picture samples of this vacation land to treasure at home forever. Every member of the family will enjoy an Oregon coastal vacation, and you'll take home with you memorable pictures of your youngsters, too. Farther north along the coast are panoramas of beauty at Shore Acres, Sunset Bay, and Cape Arago State Parks. The Coos Bay North Bend region is an industrial hub as well as a center of recreational variety. The trip across Coos Bay is made shorter and more beautiful by the McCullough Bridge, blending with the Pacific shoreline scenery and offering magnificent views of bay and surrounding waterways. Out of the coastal range come logs by train and truck to be milled in the Coos Bay area. The logs are stored in bay and backwater until they are milled and shipped as finished lumber from Coos Bay's ports to all parts of the globe. The Coos Bay district is among the country's largest finished lumber shippers. Nearby are state parks of unique interest, parks set aside to guard giant groves of treasured myrtlewood found only along this section of the Pacific coast, and Golden and Silver Falls State Park, with waterfalls of unusual beauty. Many freshwater coastal lakes on the mid-Oregon shore offer fishing for bass and other spiny ray varieties. You'll thrill to the silver sides of salmon straining at your line in bays and coastal streams along the Oregon shore. You'll want to try your luck at several of the many facilities found in coastal communities from Brookings to the Columbia River. Whether you try your fishing skill from oceanside rocks, riverbank, or boat, you'll find salt air fishing along the Oregon coast a satisfaction with all the tang of recreation deluxe. Another toll-free coastal bridge, one of many along the Oregon Pacific shore, crosses the Siuslaw River at Florence. some of the largest coastal sand dunes in the world, present scenes of fun and fantasy at twilight. Just north of Florence are famed sea lion caves, only mainland sea lion rookery in the United States. Telescopes and trails to caves below the coastal highway offer visitors views of amazing harems of stellar sea lions, led by the great bull lion of the herd. In this scene, the bull has his herd out for a fishing expedition. Stop at sea lion caves or nearby viewpoints to glimpse awe-inspiring Hecate Head, complete with its New England-like lighthouse and picturesque headland. Hecate Head was named for Bruno Heceta, early Spanish explorer who is said to have been one of the first white men to view the Oregon shore. Surely Heceta must have thought how nice it would have been to land and visit these verdant shores. You too will want to come back for views such as these from formidable Cape Perpetua, towering hundreds of feet above the ocean. These scenes look northward toward Yachats, a favorite stopping place for rock fishermen. Farther northward along the coastal highway, the visitor crosses two other imposing toll-free bridges. After skirting miles of sandy beaches, the highway crosses the Alsea Bay Bridge at Waldport, where bay waters are the favorite haunts of cutthroat and harvest trout, Chinook and silverside salmon, and many other varieties. At Newport, too, the Yaquina Bay Bridge crosses favorite fishing waters. Beyond the jetty are deep-sea fishing thrills to remember a lifetime. Agate Beach, just north from Yaquina Bay, is especially enticing for agate hunters just after a high tide or stormy sea. At Otter Crest, unforgettable view of the Oregon coastal shore. You'll have fun and be able to say, I took a trip across the bar from the world's smallest harbor to the world's largest body of water if you take a deep-sea fishing excursion from Depot Bay. From the state park at Boiler Bay, you'll see fishing boats and schools of whales as they come near shore. You'll want to join the picnickers here, too, and feed the flocks of friendly gulls. You'll marvel and enjoy the modern accommodations in price ranges to fit any family's pocketbook in Oregon's coastal communities all along the way. Do you like a morning canter along white sandy beaches with only you and the horse between surf and mountain scenery? Then try riding at one of the many beaches, such as this at Nescoin in southern Tillamook County, Oregon. In this land of trees, cheese, and ocean breeze, see great herds of dairy cattle, tour one of the world's largest cheese kitchens at Tillamook. Visit a large coastal lumber and plywood mill at Garibaldi. In the distance lie the North Tillamook County resorts and beaches. This inspiring view is from legendary Neocony Mountain. All but 23 miles of Oregon shore is state-owned and free for public enjoyment forever. No exception are the sandy beaches and state parks which fringe the highways in northern Tillamook County and Clatsop County. A seaside ride through Short Sand Beach State Park. Arch Cape Tunnel marks the entry into the Clatsop County Beach Resort area. Famous landmark of Cannon Beach is Haystack Rock and its sea-stacked needles. Miles of smooth beach make for family enjoyment of seashore and surf for bathing, rock and shell hunting, driftwood collecting, and clam digging at low tide. A gem among coastal state parks is Ecola Park, just north of Cannon Beach, where the coastline and family picnics are enjoyed by all. At Seaside, Oregon's famed coastal resort city, parades are part of the festivities during the Miss Oregon pageant in July. Among recreations at Seaside are boardwalk amusements, beach bathing, golfing, swimming in heated pools, and digging of the elusive clam at low tide. Fun and recreation for everyone. A basic Oregon industry, and one situated at the northern tip of the Oregon Coastal Highway at Astoria, is the fish canning industry. Salmon and tuna are canned by the millions of cases annually and shipped all over the world. During late summer, the mighty Chinook salmon runs up the Columbia River. King Chinook's majestic entry into the Columbia signals the beginning for salmon derbies extending southward during late summer and fall all along the Oregon shore. You'll always remember tying into one of these fighting salmon caught in Oregon coastal waters. And you'll want to come back to Oregon's coast again and again for fun and unlimited recreation. Right now for the Oregon Coast Travel Guide. Address your inquiries to the Oregon Coast Association, Newport, Oregon.